evening and welcome. My name is Diana Carlson. I am the very, very proud principal of Monty Tech. And I just want to tell you, for students, 30 years ago I was sitting in this building as an incoming freshman coming to Monty Tech. So I'm a very proud graduate of Monty Tech. 9 years ago I joined the staff here as the assistant principal. This is my first year as principal. And 2 years ago, although I was here working, I was also a proud parent of a Monty Tech student. So I also have a child that's in this building. So to say that we, most of us standing up here, believe purple is an understatement. Okay, we're extremely proud to be here. I'm extremely proud to be welcoming our new class of 2027. Congratulations for getting here. We're extremely excited. So a round of applause. Congratulations, guys. This is exciting. The start of high school, this is a huge year that you transition, right? You're coming from middle school, and even if you were staying within your own town or city, the transition from middle school to high school is huge. Now you're coming to a whole new district, right? With so many other towns, different expectations, an AP week schedule. It's a lot. Some of what we do, it's hard. We do lots of hard things, but you can do hard things, okay? So please, part of this evening tonight is to get you acclimated with our school, with our schedule. There's a ton of information. That's why you have the packets in front of you. Take it all in. We do also do a welcome back night. Right after we do freshman orientation. Miss Laney's going to tell you all about that. But again, we're here. Ask questions, email us, call. One of the things with the calls, guys, I want to say, and I apologize, we are having some issues with our voicemail server. So if you think you've left us a message, or you may have, we're not getting messages, so please email or keep calling us, okay? But again, I just wanted to do a quick welcome, tell you that we're super excited. I can't wait to have you physically here in our building and joining us here at Monty Tech. I'm going to just introduce Superintendent Tom Brown for quick words, and then we're going to turn it over to Mrs. Laney. This is the woman behind all of the work with the interviews, the paperwork, the visits to lunches, and everywhere else. So this woman too, before I hand the mic over to Mr. Brown, a big round of applause to Mrs. Laney. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Carlson. All right, I just want to take a second just to kind of jump in and welcome everybody. Just out of curiosity, how many parents, this is the first time you've had a child come through Monty Tech? Oh wow, that's a lot of you, that's great. So we're welcoming you to this community, and that's what I really want to emphasize. Monty Tech truly is a community. Teachers, students, staff, administration, parents, we're all in this together. And we're fortunate to have you, because clearly you're coming here with a lot of skills, a lot of intelligence, a lot of athleticism, whatever it is. You're bringing a lot to us. So we're excited to have you here. 90 days from today, you will be walking in the front door at your first day of school at Monty Tech. So very good. Give yourself a round of applause. Absolutely. So, what I want to emphasize is tonight you are going to get a ton of information. There's no quiz, don't worry about it. If you miss something, you'll get an opportunity. You can follow along in the packet and everything else. At the end of this session and throughout the night, there's going to be opportunities. Administrators will be around and everything else. If you have a particular question that you need to get an answer or anything, the one thing I'm going to ask on behalf of the administrators, if it's something very specific, if you want to ask a very specific question about your student's IEP or something, there's going to be so many other people with questions that might be a thing that you want to share. Give a call later on or shoot an email or something like that. You probably already did, because I would be remiss if I didn't take a second to say this woman is absolutely amazing. If you don't know, so we have an incoming freshman class of 365 students. So obviously she interviewed and worked with all those families. Well, guess what, folks? You're very lucky, because we had over 800 applicants for those 365 spots. And those are all getting interviewed by her and all the work that she does to review those applications. So I'm going to ask for a second round of applause for this. But anyhow, I said, welcome, take the time to walk around. You're going to get an opportunity to meet with some of our coaches and our student athletes. Ask those questions. Please, it only looks like half of you are are carrying white bags, we want every single person with a white Monty Tech bag, meaning you get your Monty Tech gear ready to go. If you don't know where that is, it's in the cafeteria, the school store. It's a wonderful place because you're part of the community now. It's always good to represent with some colors. So again, welcome everybody. Those of you who are repeats, welcome back. And we hope that you have a great night tonight, and we look forward to having you here permanently in the fall. So thank you very much.
So welcome everyone. It was just interesting to me personally that I walked down from outside and I literally got shivers. I'm just so excited for you guys. Every year when we have this event, it just reminds me that this is a really exciting time for you at 14 years old to be starting at a brand new school. I so passionately believe in the model that we have here at Monty Tech. I just can't say it enough. I think you as a student, you as parents have made a wonderful decision. I also had written down the number of applicants, not because I wanted you to know how many I interviewed, but for you students, I want you to kind of picture, if I lined up 10 people, about 4 of them got into Monty Tech. So it's about a 44% with the numbers that Mr. Brown talked about. So I really want you to keep that in the back of your mind, that I want you to take advantage of all the opportunities we offer. There are so many other students who really would love to be here. So please take advantage of what we have to offer at this school because it's just amazing. The packet that we gave you, like Mr. Brown mentioned, it's a lot of information. Take your time to look it over. Many of the pieces are going to be covered here tonight. We're going to talk a little bit about, summer work. At the end, there's actually a page you can tear right off that's going to remind you orientation is it's August 22nd and 23rd. And a few years ago, one of the things we discovered through COVID, which was one of the bright sides, is that bringing students into orientation in smaller groups was really beneficial. So how we bring students into orientation is by homerooms. So it's going to take us a little while to figure out your student schedule. Usually the beginning, middle of August, we will reach out to you and let you know which session of orientation your child has been assigned to. But for now, if you could kind of pencil in August 22nd and 23rd, it will be on one of those days, and we will get you their exact date as soon as we possibly can. You're going to hear quite a bit about supports and different things we have. One of the pages in your packet talks about after-school extra help, the fact that we have late buses for students who stay after school. We have a new system here called Power School, which many of you might be familiar with if your middle school uses it, but it's a way for parents to stay on top of their students' grades, missing assignments, so please take advantage of that. Parents, I guess what I would ask of you, I also am a very proud parent, I have a sophomore here, is that this is a big transition. No matter where you go to high school, it is a different experience. And here at Monty Tech, because we do things a little bit differently, it can be even that more of a transition. So the simplest things you can help with your child over the summer. By the time they come back to school, get them into hopefully like a good sleeping routine, getting up, eating a good breakfast, working on time management, talking with them about don't wait until 8 o'clock Sunday night to get all your homework done. All those things, if you can help reinforce that, it's just going to make their freshman year that much more enjoyable. And finally, students, as Mr. Brown said, we truly are a community here, and the best way for you to become a part of this community is to get involved. So tonight, when we finish the presentation in here, you're going to go out to the PAC lobby. This is the Performing Arts Center, so from here on in, when you say here PAC, this is what we mean. The lobby out there, you're going to notice there's large tables set up, and we have coaches and athletes there for all the different sports, fall, winter, and spring. So go have a conversation. We'd love to get you involved. When you start school in the fall, we also have 20+ different clubs. So there's lots of ways to get involved, and the more you do that, the more you're going to acclimate and feel part of this community very, very quickly. Before I pass the mic, I just want to say a very heartfelt thank you. So Donna Schaff is in the back. She is our secretary that deals with all the enrollment paperwork. She also deals with all the applications that come in. So I just want to say thank you to her because she keeps us very, very organized. So we appreciate her very much. And one more housekeeping. If your child was newly accepted or perhaps missed the first placement test date, we do have a new placement test date. It is Wednesday, July 19th at 9 a.m. They will be contacting you, but in case your child missed that and you want to jot that down, again, it's Wednesday, July 19th at 9 a.m. and that will occur here at Monty Tech. All right, I'm going to hand the microphone off to Miss Katie Schmidt. She is our assistant principal, and she's going to speak about 504s and medical forms.
Good evening, everyone. We're so happy that you're here. We're really excited to meet you and get to work with all of you over the next 4 years. Like everybody will say, it's really an amazing place. I am also a parent of some Monty Tech kids, so it's pretty awesome. So again, my name is Katie Schmidt. I'm the assistant principal, and I'm also the 504 coordinator. So if your student has a 504, please make sure that your school sends it along to us. They usually do on their own, but just make sure you reach out and have the school send along the 504. They come to us, and then we will work on them all summer. We have to kind of Monty Tech them, so make sure that the language fits to the programs that we have. So just make sure that they send those over. We will write them up, and you will receive the Monty Tech 504 probably like the week before school starts, so that third week of August you can expect to see it. If you have any specific 504 questions, like everybody, our voicemail's down, but my name is Katie Schmidt. You can just send me an email, and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have about them. From the nurse's office, we don't allow any medications. Students are not allowed to carry any medications on their persons, not even Advil, Tylenol. So all of that has to be done through the nurse's office. If you have any medical documentation, if your student has a medical condition or anything, allergies specifically, that we need to know about on Power School, we get a little medical alert if you have a allergy, bees, whatever. Make sure that documentation gets over to the nurse's office. Our lead nurse is Lauren Sanborn, but you can just, your doctor's office can fax it right over to the Monty Tech nurse's office. Please make sure that if your child takes medication during the day, they have to have a specific doctor's order for that medication with how much, what time of day they take it, and you have to bring it to the nurse's office yourself in its own container with the prescription label on it. Your student can't carry it with them in their pocket to take at lunch. All of that has to be done through doctor's orders through the nurse's office. If you have any questions, absolutely let us know. And again, you can send me an email if you have any questions. You can call. I'm typically in the cafeteria for most of in the middle of the afternoon, and with that voicemail not working, so just shoot me an email. And then I'll turn the mic over to Vicki Zarazinski. She's our Student Support Services Head and Head of Guidance.
Hi guys, welcome. Use your glasses. You'll see a common theme about how old we are when we all have our readers and we're all misplacing them. So we want you to know you're in good hands because your children are coming to a bunch of moms and dads that all share readers, and we'll make sure that they're where they need to be because we're out looking around for our own reading glasses. Just kidding. You are in good hands. Welcome to the Monty Tech family, the Bulldog family, and really to your high school experience. I'm surprised and happy to see the number of students and families that are experiencing Monty Tech for the first time. It's incredible, and it shows you how things have changed over time in the face of vocational education and why you chose Monty Tech for your child's future. We're super excited and happy to have you here, and I'm even more excited that it's 90 degrees and take a look around at how many families are here. Thank you. We know that you're giving up a beautiful night to come get all the housekeeping and set your kids up for success, and it's exactly why you're sitting here. So we appreciate that. There's a ton of housekeeping, and I'm always told to keep it short, but I will answer a lot of questions through all of this. My role oversees enrollment, schedules, student support in a lot of capacities in making sure that students have what they need to meet success on both sides of the house, the academic and vocational side of the house. That starts with enrollment. You were given your acceptance letter at the same time you received an enrollment packet. And there are 4 really important forms that need to be filled out to complete your enrollment. They're all a nice colored form except for the white form that is the nurse's office form. You should have a student registration form, a release of records form, the home language survey, and a military status form. And yes, the state requires schools to have the military status form. On the student registration form, please put your child's legal name. If they have a nickname, that's great, but we need the legal name that's going to match the records that get sent to us, including former MCAS scores, former documents from their whole transcript. We do receive cumulative records, and it helps us tremendously to be able to match them up and make sure that we have the right person. We're noticing that some of you have hyphenated names and have only listed one of the 2 names. And so we're really struggling to match those hyphenated names. So if you do have a hyphenated name, please be sure to include both of those. Your home address, or the resident address where you live. This is extremely important, and if you're moving, you're selling a house, I know that there's a lot of movement that happens throughout the summer. Please keep us notified for 2 reasons. We are providing your address where your child lives and where they will be picking up the bus to the bus companies. So when you're looking for that bus route in August, if you've provided an address that is not where you physically are, it's going to be really difficult to pick up your child within a mile, by the way. The state law is a mile from the address that you've given us. So please put your resident address, make sure that we have it. And if you move, please know the beautiful Donna Schaff in the back and our administrative team is here throughout the summer. We're happy to enter new information and get you updated information as well. The bus list, I know one of the first things every student is looking for, where to pick up that big yellow bus and where to go on the first day of school. Those lists will be out in August, usually around the 2nd week of August, because exactly what we said. We're updating information, we're providing information to the bus companies. The bus managers will use that to do the bus routes. Non-custodial forms. So if you're divorced, legally separated, or a non-custodial caregiver, there is a form that also must be completed to ensure you have access. That form is on our website. If you go to our website, there's a student service tab. You can go down and there'll be the non-custodial form there. We also have a handful of forms here tonight if you do need them. We do require the legal documentation to back that up. So that could be a court order, that could be a divorce decree. We do not need your whole divorce decrees, I want to be honest. We do look at them, but we're looking for 3 pieces of information. The date of the court date, which is usually on the first page, who has custodial guardianship, and then who has educational rights. Those are the 3 sections that our school district will need. As you're moving school districts, you may have provided that at your sending district. They will not forward that to us. We do need that information with that non-custodial form. That will take care of enrollment and make sure that we have everything that we need to get you access and provide you information when you call and ask a question. The next category is special education. So one of the things that we've done is reached out to the middle schools to ensure that we know who's coming in on an ed plan. We've heard from the majority of middle schools. However, there are a handful that we have not heard from. So if you do have a child that receives specialized services, and you have not heard from us or their sending district, please reach out and let us know. John Fazekas and myself have set up transition meetings at the sending schools so that we can sit down with the team of experts that have been working with your children, have information that will be helpful to us, and start drafting our plans to make sure that we set your child up for success. I do want to go over, we keep talking about Monty Tech. There's a lot of you that are new to Monty Tech. We run on an A/B week schedule, which as freshmen coming in, your first day of school will be an academic day. an academic week, and then you'll have the vocational program on the opposite week. That means that you have 90 days of academics in one school year. So take a deep breath, you just cut your academic classes in half. The other half is going to be your vocational programming. It is extremely important to us that we get the information we need to place you in the right spot on day one, because that means 90 days moves pretty quickly. 2 academic weeks, half your quarter is over. We want to make sure that we know what you need for services, we've got you placed. That placement testing information is super important to us, and we look at what your sending school recommended. But I want to let you know, when we talk about how many kids we accepted, we also are working with students from over 30 middle school settings. In fact, we're over 30 this year. So you guys coming together as a class are coming from over 30 places. So it's a pretty cool opportunity to mix up the group, make new friends, do new things, get involved. But we also want to make sure that we have you right where you need to be from day one. Do we have any big mathematicians? And Travis, you don't have. I just want to let you know, if you're doing the math, 360 academic days here, you guys will be crossing the stage for graduation. 360 vocational days, you'll be crossing the stage. That's an incredibly fast high school career. If you guys get us the information, we will be able to provide opportunities that you will not believe, and your kids will grow up in a blink of an eye. So kids, let your parents take lots of pictures. On that first day, when they want to get your picture going out the door, let it happen. Because 360 days, you're gonna be there. School counselors, the important main point of contact for you. We have 6 school counselors here, but the 2 names and the 2 people that are going to be most important for you to know, Alicia Quinn and John Lashua. They're our freshman guidance counselors. John works with the beginning of the alphabet, and Alicia works with the end of the alphabet, so you'll have John Lashua if your last name begins with A through L. You'll have Alicia Quinn if your last name begins with M through Z. However, they're a team, and you're going to hear from both of them as we get everybody up and started at the beginning of the year. They're your main point of contact for everything that you'll need coming in. And they're already working on schedules and information and placement testing information, so they're going to be your go-tos. Once your students are placed in a vocational program, grades 10 through 12, your guidance counselors are assigned by the vocational program you're in, and they will have the same counselors grade 10 through 12. The other piece I want to make sure we know that you guys are aware of are school counseling services. We do have a school adjustment counselor, we do have a school social worker, we do offer some counseling services in groups here. Your access point is through your school counselor to guidance counselor to access that piece. But as we come out of COVID, I want to let you know on our website under student support is something called Care Solace. If your kids are struggling and you are looking for help, these are care coordinators that will match an outside therapist with your child or yourself or a family member. So please know if you need a kind of quick referral service, that piece is there and somebody is there to help you through that. As part of the Monty Tech family, we take social and emotional learning very seriously. I want you to know, as part of the Bulldog family, you can access and have that level of need should you need it, or level of help should you need it. And lastly, I swear I'm wrapping up with all the housekeeping, referrals for specialized services. I have a handful of messages that I've received that students are either in process for 504 or IEP plans that they required help from their sending district. If those plans are in action, the sending district should be sending and forwarding those to us. We do have a school pre-referral team, and we work really hard to take a look at every aspect of student performance. You guys are part of the family. You're part of that equation. You're the experts working with your kids. It's good information to have. We cannot act on anything until your child becomes our student in August. So information is super helpful, but please know, I know we keep saying August, August, August. That's because we really need them here. We need to get to know them a little bit, and and we need to be able to assess their performance on how they're accessing the curriculum and services here. The only other thing that people asked me about was the first day of school and what supplies. Really what you need is a notebook and a pencil your first day. We will recommend a heavier backpack for your for academics once you're in it, and then like a string bag for your vocational program. But other than that, get a good night's sleep, bring your best A game, and a pencil and a notebook your first day, and you guys will be set up for success. All right, I appreciate it. I'm sorry that's a ton of housekeeping, but I hope it helps you feel activated and gets you ready for what you're gonna need. You do get to enjoy some of your summer. I'm hoping that what we're about to say doesn't ruin your summer, but I'm bringing up Christy Fabro, the head of academics, who will cover, are you ready? Title I, ESL, and summer work. That's the most exciting part. Hold on, stay tuned.
There's some people out there who might enjoy summer reading or summer math. Anyone? Okay. So first I want to start off by saying thank you for bringing your children to us in May for placement testing. To get as many students here on one day in order to do that testing is a huge feat, and we really appreciate you doing that. It helps us quite a bit. It captures the latest growth in English, math, and in biology so that we can provide the best placement that we can for your students. So we take that information and we take a look at prior MCAS scores, guidance counselor recommendations. We start putting together schedules for your students, and then we build the master schedule around the needs of the kids. And what we offer here for ninth graders for academic classes is very similar to any other school in Massachusetts. Just because we're vocational doesn't mean that we offer lesser academic programs. We offer advanced classes, pre-AP for ninth grade and AP in grades 10 through 12, dual enrollment. We also offer college prep, and we have Title I and ESL classes as well. So for those students who need a little bit of additional support, we have that too. One of the things that I don't think we have on the this one. All right, so I'm going to give you a just a little tip. When you have a chance to go back through, if you haven't already, the program and studies, there's a chart in there on page 16. I know it well. It's a great page. It's a chart of all the academic classes. In there, you'll find, and it's posted on our website, you'll find all the ninth grade courses, all the 10th and 12th as well. But it also lists all the electives. Now, when your child had his or her interview with Mrs. Leamy, they went through that process of choosing their electives as well. So by the time we finish building the schedule, the program of studies is not in your packet. Sorry about that. It's on our website, okay? It's a very lengthy document. So when we prepare that final schedule for your student, we'll mail it home or we'll send it through our app. And you'll be able to see all the courses that are listed there. And then if you have questions, you'll be able to call in or email in order to talk with your guidance counselor if you need to make changes. You may hear from my office during the summer. Sometimes we have kids who place into a higher level reading class or math class, but they didn't check off the list that they want a more rigorous class, that they may not have wanted pre-AP or an honors math class. So I might call home and say, you know, your child didn't click on this, but here's what the results show. And as a parent, you may decide that you want your child to be in that class and you should have checked that. So you may hear from me then as well. Title I, you may be familiar with Title I, hearing about that in your sending district. Title I funding comes from the federal government and it's based on income. But we do not provide services based on income. We provide services based on students who struggle in English or math. If they struggle, then we identify the need, and what we end up doing is offering a math lab or a writing lab class. And those classes are designed to provide supplemental support in the key areas so that your students will be successful on the MCAS. So the way to know in the summer if your child has qualified for Title I services is you will see that on their schedule, the writing lab or the math lab. You will then later throughout the year hear from my office, the Title I office. We will send you information throughout the year related to the Title I program. If you have a child who English is their second language, and that is a challenging. We have quite a few ESL students here, and it's a challenge. Learning a second language while also learning all the subjects that you have to learn. And so if you have a child who's in ESL, you can contact my office directly, or we'll be contacting you. We will identify them either through the access test, that's a test that the students take each spring, or through the home language survey, which you all filled out when you applied to Monty. Okay, so moving on to summer assignments, we do have English and math for incoming freshmen. There is a flyer, I believe that's in your packet. And there's one book that everyone is reading this year, so it makes it nice and easy for everyone. There's a journal that's gonna go along with it, and then there's a math packet. And all those assignments, both of the assignments, are due the first week of school. So just bring the journal and the math packet with you that first week of school, and you'll give it to your teachers. If you lose the packet, it's on our website. We also are offering Rising Freshman Academy during the last 2 weeks of June. This is a program that we've been offering for a very long time. I've been here 12 years, and it's been here since before I started working here, more than I think 15 years. And this is the first year that we're offering it to all freshmen. So it's going to be 2 fairly large groups, depending on enrollment. We're very excited to be offering it to you for free. I hope you're able to take advantage of that. There's flyers in your packet, I believe. Yes. Okay. And someone already talked about extra help. We also offer, so every single teacher stays after school at least once a week, but we also offer tutoring from our teachers in English, math, and science. So those teachers stay after, as well as the after-school help teachers. So there is a lot of help here. The after-school busing is really great if you play sports or if you need extra help. It's a real advantage. So I hope you take advantage of it. And finally, a couple of bits of advice. I would say, I would encourage you to communicate. If you have any questions about your child's curriculum, please communicate directly to your teachers, your child's teachers. It's really important to establish that connection. But we also have improved our communication through our new PowerSchool program and Schoology. You will be able to set up your technology to get automatic updates, which is a real benefit. So you, as parents, will really be in the know. Your children may not like it as much, but you will be well informed. My last piece of advice is for you to encourage your kids to advocate for themselves. I had my kids came to Monty Tech, and I think just the best piece of advice to you, it's real easy to pick up the phone and try to continue doing a lot of the things that you normally do for your kids. But what's really important when they're in 9th grade, 10th, 11th, and 12th is really for them to learn how to advocate for themselves. So I hope you will consider that so they will learn and grow and be ready to graduate and be fully independent. So welcome to Monty Tech, and I wish you good luck. Thank you. So next is Mr. Ryan Rigi, Director of Vocational Programs.
Good evening, everyone. I don't have any summer work for you, no books to read. Welcome to Monty Tech. This is an amazing school. As Superintendent Brown said, there are hundreds of students that wanted to be in the seats that you're all in tonight, so make sure that you take advantage of this opportunity. At Monty Tech, unlike a lot of other traditional high schools and comprehensive schools, you get to experience vocational technical education that leads to hundreds, if not thousands, of career pathways. So for your first vocational week here, you'll be in the pre-exploratory program, so you'll be able to spend some time in each of our 21 vocational programs. At the conclusion of that week, you'll tell us your top 12 choices, and then you'll start the full exploratory program. And when that starts, you'll be spending a full week in 9 different vocational programs. Guaranteed you'll go through your top 3 choices. Make sure you make the most of the exploratory program. It's a great opportunity to get a feel for a variety of career paths. I've been at this a long time, and you'd be amazed how many students end up choosing a vocational program or a shop that they had written off before they actually explored it. So keep an open mind. After exploratory, you'll be asked to select your top 6 choices, and then you'll be placed in a vocational program for the next 3.5 years. Because we have limited seats in each of our programs, this becomes a competitive process. So the better you do in all of your exploratory programs, the more likely you are to be placed in one of your top choices when the time comes. Typically, 95% of our students get one of their top 3 choices to be placed permanently. I also want to mention a document that you have in your packet. It lists the dress requirements for each program. You'll be seeing this again at orientation and throughout the exploratory program. It's very important. Your safety is our #1 priority in all of our shops. So make sure that you come to school prepared for the shop that you're in that week. If you can't safely participate in the shop, that will affect your exploratory grade. And I just want to say that if you come to school every day here at Monty Tech, you give it your best effort, 4 years from now, you're going to be leaving with memories and friendships that are going to last a lifetime, high school diploma, and professional and technical skills that are going to give you a competitive advantage, whether you choose to go on to post-secondary education, go right into the workforce, or join the armed forces. No one will ever be able to take those things away from you. That's really all I have for tonight. So welcome to Monty Tech. Again, I'm Brian Ricci, Director of Vocational Programs. I'll be available after the presentation if anyone has any questions for me. Thank you and welcome. And next up is First Sergeant Dillon.
Class of 27! Put it together, let's go! Nothing for you, that was for me. I just have to make sure I get applause when I come down. Hey, welcome. All seriousness, guys. You won the lottery. You haven't figured it out. So, do well. This is a great school, a great community. 2027. I was thinking about that when I came in. I'm like, man, all my graduating class has in it is 1s, 8s, and 9s. And no, it's not 18 something either, all right? Guys, open your programs up. You're going to find a page, if you haven't found it already, that talks all about the JROTC Leadership Program. I'm sure most of you have heard about it. If you were here and anyone in the open houses came down to see Monty Tech, you had a chance to walk in the classroom, so I'm not going to drown this out. I'm going to tell you more about what this program is not, because there's some misconceptions about what we do sometimes. We are not a recruiting agency for the military. This program is built under the architecture of the United States Marine Corps, but it is a leadership program. The things that we try to help you all with is task management, time management, leadership, team building, confidence, and put you in situations, guys, that you're not going to be able to be exposed to in science class or English class. You're going to get a chance to have a big role in volunteerism, community outreach, and do a whole bunch of really cool things. You can see a few of them in there. We've got marksmanship, we've got 3D printing, we got cider, we have drill, we have color guard, we have now, next year, first time around, what's called a Raider Challenge team that's going to come in, which is really a physical fitness, obstacle solving, team building event that we're excited to get in here. So I ask you, if you really think your leadership skills and your confidence level is up to par, I think somebody would say, I could use some help with that. And I'm going to tell you that if you're confident enough to take a step into this program and at least give it a shot, you might be surprised at what you find. So look forward to seeing you. If you have any questions, come see me in the back when we're all done. Thank you.
Thank you, First Sergeant. So our athletic director, Dave Reed, is actually still having a winning season with his softball team. So he was able to be here. So I wanted to highlight a few things for you. In your packet, you'll see a flyer that looks like this. It says Fall 2023 Sports Sign Up. In the coming weeks, there's going to be an icon on the Monty Tech website that looks like that. And you will click on that icon. You'll complete a Google form to express your interest in playing a fall sport. And that way, you'll be giving the coaches your contact information so they can share things with you about, practices and once things start in the summertime. So just keep that in mind. And also, for those of you new to the Monty Tech community, there are no user fees to play sports here. So you may be used to that from coming from your sending districts. Just know if you participate in sports here, there are no user fees. And just to reiterate about the buses, they are very, very helpful if you stay for a sport, a club extra help. Most days of the week, it's a 4:15 and a 6 o'clock late bus. Again, if you go to the Monty Tech website and you scroll down the side, there's a little icon that says late bus, and you can click on that. It's not going to bring your child directly to your doorstep. It's going to bring them to a central location in your town where you can then pick them up more easily than having to come here to Monty Tech. Just to reiterate what you heard earlier, for the bus stops, they can be up to a mile from your home. They won't be ready until about, the second week in August, as you heard, but if you want to get a sense of what they kind of look like now, again, go to our website. The 2223 bus routes is an icon, and you can click through and just kind of look at your town just to kind of get a sense. Some of them might be a little earlier than I think you want to see, but it takes a while to get all the students here from some of our further away districts. The last few pieces for me. Orientation, as I mentioned at the beginning, the last two pieces in your packet are meant for you to actually take off. The one that looks the save the date, please put that on your family calendar, on your fridge. Like I said, pencil in those dates because those will be the dates for orientation. And the page directly before that is our Chromebook user agreement. At orientation, we ask that you bring that completed form with you. A parent or guardian and the student both have to sign it. You bring that form, and the day of orientation, we will actually give you your Monty Tech issued Chromebook. So it's very important for you to try to remember to bring that day. Let me look at my last few housekeeping notes. Okay, before I hand it off to Mrs. Carlson, when you leave here, a few things. Like we had mentioned, all the sports are right out in the PAC lobby. There are maps in the back in 3 different locations, kind of in that central aisle. You are able to walk the school tonight till about 7 o'clock, but you're not able to go into any classrooms or shops. We do have our continuing ed evening program happening tonight, so you might see some people in shops. So if you want to just kind of walk around and refresh your memory as to where some things are, but just know you're not able to actually go into shops this evening. And again, the school store is open until 7 tonight. You may have hopefully received an email with a coupon, so go check out the school store. It was recently revamped this year, and it is a great place. So thank you again for coming. Thank you. So guys, one quick last
reminder, and I think obviously you hear the common theme, right, of getting involved. And guys, the number one thing I tell freshmen during the orientation, as soon as you walk through these doors, I consider you a young adult. Sure, you're 14, you're 15, but please take responsibility, okay? To parents, I want you to be involved, please stay involved, but make your child email the teacher, okay? Let them take ownership. For kiddos, you show up and you show up every single day, okay? Yes, once in a while people get sick, but attendance matters, attendance counts. We cannot duplicate what's happening in a vocational program, especially, and it's difficult to do that in your academic classes as well. So it's important for you to be here and to give your all. I have never had a student fail a course if they show up and they put the effort in. We have, as you've heard, we have plenty of support here, but you have to show up, you have to have an open mind, you need to want to be here and put forth the effort, okay? The other piece for parents, you have gotten some of my calls. I try to be good and not annoy you with calls, but just know that that's how we communicate. We do school messenger calls. That always follows up with an email. Once in a while, it's just an email, but that's a call. If you're tired of listening to me, know that it's in your email as well. But that's how we will communicate. That's how you'll also get the information as to which orientation your child will attend. You may have a ton more questions after you leave here today. Email us. For you kiddos, during orientation, you'll have your physical schedule prior to coming here, where you'll be able to walk around and actually follow your schedule. Okay, we don't rotate periods, guys. It goes in order, so it's easy, but we'll take you around. It's a big building. You'll be able to do that. Parents, you'll be able to do that in the evening with your parents as well. Okay, and again, the packet for this evening, if you misplace it, if you know a neighbor, friend who was not able to be here, they will be posted online in English and in Spanish. Yo hablo español, por favor, si tienen que hablar y comunicarse en español, llámenme, okay? Please, please, Spanish-speakers. If you need to communicate with me, and guys, we'll always have a translator available as well, so please, please, please reach out to us, okay? I never want a parent to not know who to call. Call a number, we'll hook you up with whoever we need. Okay, I thank you so much. Kids, I am so excited. Parents, I am so excited for your children. Thank you for sharing them with us, and I think you made an awesome choice. Go Bulldogs. Have a great evening. Don't forget to store. And guys, athletics, we have some students, okay? And again, getting involved, right? So just you can head on out there, have a wonderful evening, and thank you for joining us.